My favorite story of why it's important to keep in touch with your advisors is the kind of awkwardness that can result when you haven't. When I graduated from medical school in 1989, I went to the University of Pennsylvania to do my residency in medicine from 1989 to 1992 approximately. The person who ran the residency program was a very esteemed physician by the name of Donald Martin, just a miraculous doctor, like an extraordinary teacher and a magnificent physician. And I really benefited from my contact with this man. But I finished my residency training, and it just never occurred to me that I might ever interact with him again or see him again. And I finished my training at the University of Pennsylvania a few years later, left there in 1995, then I went to the University of Chicago, and I was there until 2001. And then many years later, in 2001, I moved from the University of Chicago to Harvard Medical School as a professor, as a full professor. But in order to get my medical license, we were required to get a letter from our residency program director. And I'd completely lost touch with Dr. Martin. And he was already fairly advanced in age when he sort of mentored me. And I was very nervous. And I was very worried. I couldn't believe that at this stage of my career, I still needed to get letters of recommendation from one of my advisors. I remembered the number for the University of Pennsylvania, the central number for the hospital. And I called the hospital up, that number. I just had it burned into my memory because working as a house officer, you're constantly in contact with the hospital. I called up the number and I said, hi, I'd like to speak to Dr. Martin, please. And he answered the phone and I immediately recognized his voice. And I had been so anxious and nervous about the need that I had to request a letter of recommendation from him after so many years of silence between us, that when he answered the phone, I blurted out, "Oh my God, Dr. Martin, I'm so glad you're alive." And then I was like so embarrassed, because I had been afraid that because he was old when I knew him, he might not still be alive. And then I said, "Oh my God, Dr. Martin, I'm so sorry, sir. I need a letter of recommendation from you." So it was, an awkward moment. But it's an illustration of the importance of staying in touch with your advisor.